All right, jumping right into this. Today I'll be talking about Amrita Shergill and her painting Young Girls, which was done in 1932. And it's currently in the National Gallery of Modern Art in New Delhi, India. They also actually have 107 of her other paintings in their collection, and they were created to showcase Indian artists and their work. Exhibition-wise, this was the first exhibition that the painting was in, but it's also been in exhibitions in Paris, Germany, and London. All right, going to the street view. All right, so this is the painting right here, but taking a minute to look at the space, even though it's very minimalistic and has white walls, I wouldn't consider it to be a white cube gallery space. They use the walls in a rather unusual way that, like, instead of using them to separate space in a building, they are only used for the painting's sake. Yeah, all in all, I think it's a beautiful open space, though. All right, to the right of this painting is a painting also done by Amrita Shergill, which is named, it's titled Bride's Toilet. And to the left of the painting, sorry, just have to try and find it here. Sorry. Okay, so to the left of our main focus is this one, which is titled Still Life 1, and this one is titled Self-Portrait, which are both done by Amrita Shergill. This one is probably the most noteworthy one. But talking about the main painting at hand, yeah, the focal point of the piece is clearly the two women in front. The woman to the left is actually the artist's younger sister, Indira, and the woman to the right is a French woman named Denise Proaxa. Sorry, I will show you her name. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but it's on one of my slides. And now moving on to color anyway, the artist has a very strong, vibrant use of primary colors in this work. Like, for instance, the red in the woman's sleeves and on the plate and in her lips even. Also the blue fabric is quite eye-catching, I think. And the yellow in her hair also. But she also is able to balance these with her use of secondary colors in the piece, like, for instance, all the use of green in the chairs and the gown, and the orange in the background too, and the wood, and even the purple hues that would be in this red carpet. Yes, anyway, there's a beautiful variation of forms in this work too, like the silky flow of the fabric that she was able to get, or the fuzzy softness of the blonde woman's hair. And even though they're sitting still for the most part, seeing the narrative of the piece, you can see the slight movement that's happening. Like, she truly captured movement in these forms, which I thought was quite excellent. Yes, anyway, this painting was one of her more European Western style works, because it was one of her first earlier on works, honestly. The slide. Yes. All right, talking a bit about her past though. Relationship-wise, her past was she had a younger sister, like I said, named Indira, and she was engaged, but she had an affair with her first cousin, Victor Egan, who she later married, but she also had relations with women throughout her life. She began painting on a more artistic note. She began painting lessons at the age of 8, and she studied painting in Paris when she was 16. Young Girls was an important piece because it gained a lot of popularity and really put her on the map in the art world. She was 19 at the time when she had painted it. She traveled to France and India a lot, which heavily influenced her art style, and she became more influenced with Indian art later on with their bright colors and specific palettes. but she remained inspired by art everywhere she traveled, really. Yeah, Amarita Sheargill created a lot of great works, but this piece specifically deserves a lot of attention, and I think it's a shining example of the work that she's created. And these are my citations. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.